Morning, well, it's Hippy Trev here. Another beautiful day up here in paradise. Roll the intro.
Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Right, morning, worlds. Well, I'm going to do another oil change on the boat. I don't know how long it's been, but I do have my little book here that was given to me by an ex back in 2013, and I've recorded oil changes, bike and boat trips down to Victoria and back, and actually the trip from Cotlack in the zippy van all the way to Perth and all the way back here. And the last oil change I did was 76,450 miles on the noisy fucking crows on the 2nd of this year, oil and filter change. I'm going to do another oil and filter change. I've just went back to this is what I was using after I did the can, like a break-in oil, this Newlon 25W60 with extra zinc. I did 2 oil changes with that. So I did 2 oil changes with that, then I went back to just the normal 20W50, and I find on cold startup, there's just a nanosecond of a tick, 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 like a lifter not spinning properly. So I believe the 20W50 has washed off most of the zinc, so I'm going to do an oil and filter change today. And I'm going to go back to the high Newlon oil and just... Yeah, so I'm going to go back to the high zinc oil. Oil and filter cost me $110 for that oil and that filter. So it's not cheap oil, but for the older engines, definitely worthwhile. I normally don't do a filter change every second oil filter change, but I'm going to do one this time. And I got the new watertight tool that he sent me ages ago. We're going to cut the filter open and have a look at the pleats inside and make sure there's no metal filings in there. So anyway, well, let's get in the boat, do a cold start, bring her out, go for a trip around the block. Bring her up to engine temp, I'll come back in, transfer over to my tripod, and then I'll jack the car up, get underneath, and we'll do an oil and filter change. So let's go and see basically how many miles since the last oil change. Rightio, so I did the oil change at 76,450, we're now at 77,095, so I've barely done 1,000 miles on that 20W50. I don't like the way the cold start is, so we're going to do a cold start. Didn't really hear it then, but I have been hearing it on a couple of cold starts. I mean, we're getting some really cold nights at the moment and cold starts to the day. So we'll give it a bit of a warm up, get it running. I don't run any choke. A good engine shouldn't even need choke, but that's cold start this morning. I didn't hear the tick then, but I have heard it numerous times. And it's even taking a while for the oil pressure to come up, to go through the system. So yeah, I'm going to dump this 20W50 oil and I'm going to go back to that expensive high zinc content oil, which is basically designed for flat tappet motors, and will look after my engine, and I'll probably get another 5,000 miles out of it before I do my next oil change. So I'm just going to give her a good solid warm up. We're going to go for a bit of a run, bring up the engine temp, so when I get back I'll jack her up, throw my wheel stands under. I can't get to the sun plug unless I have the steering on full left lock, and I've got to pull a bash plate down to get to the oil filter as well, so not that hard to do, but definitely well worth doing. So it's come up to full oil pressure. This motor is just beautiful, runs like a dream. It's only got a little 350 Holly on it, so it's not a powerhouse at all. I've got a 3.08 diff in the back. I nearly put a 2.78 in, but I thought that might have been just too tall for this. So anyway, this is what I got. I did get offer of having my diff rebuilt, and I've lost the contact of that guy. I have no idea how to get in contact with him again. He was over in Harvey Bay. He offered to rebuild my diff for the cost of just parts. I might look into that, but at the moment, with the rates going through the roof the way they are, and things that are happening at the moment, I got little to no money to spend or spare on absolutely anything. So, all right, let's get her out of the shed. So she's just done a little over 1,000 odd miles since the last oil change. Oh, beautiful day up here in paradise today, I can tell you that much. What's that bloody Arnie cat doing? You asshole. What are you doing, Arnie? You're an asshole. That's that little blonde cat. She's still not quite warmed up, so... Alright, I'll spin you around. So Husey put out a video yesterday. Hey Peter, made it home, or made it to Ogun anyway. Well, we're just kind of home, but not back to the snow country where he's going. Had a good trip in the van. Yeah, mate, I couldn't believe that cocky going off of you about the bloody sheep. I've never known anyone have to. He was actually quite rude about it, wasn't he? Like, stop your fucking van, mate. That was actually quite rude. But anyway, good. Harry, he's busy. That boy's always busy. So it's Sunday morning. Let's see what this guy's doing in front of me. He doesn't even know where he's going. This guy, what are you doing, mate? Oh, he's waiting for me. All right. A little bit confusing there. He went straight across. He didn't even turn right. He had his right indicator on and he went straight across the highway. Like, that guy actually had the right of way, not me. I was giving way to him, but he had his right indicator on, so all right, I went, and then he went straight across anyway. So, all cunts. Right. Right bank, left bank temp gauge starting to rise. Right bank isn't rising yet. I run 2 temp gauges in this car, so I'm going to go out to the mine, turn off, and come back. That should be enough to bring her up to operating temp. Yep, beautiful day up here in Paradise, but oh yeah, she was chilly again last night. I think she might have got down to about 4 or 5 degrees. Old Peter spent the night in, I think he said Miranda the other night, and it was -3. -3, and he's so grateful he's got a diesel heater in his car. Feel a bit of warm air coming through off the heater, so she's starting to pick up a little bit of engine temp. Right, so I'm just going out into the mine turn off. That's far enough to give her a good start and a run. That'll bring the engine temp up, and the oil's up to over 65 psi. This motor runs a very, very high oil pressure. Whoever built this motor before I got to it, I think they've done a damn good job. I can't remember, I think when I pulled it down she had 40 thou over pistons in it. Oh, bit of a splutter. I'm pretty sure they put a high pressure oil pump in this thing, because I've never had a car run that high oil pressure in my life before. Not like that. So, when I did do the cam, there's a few people said to me, oh, you should be doing the rings and bearings. Well, I knew when I pulled this motor down to replace the cam, I knew I didn't have to worry about replacing rings and bearings because I had such good oil pressure, and there's no rattles or clunks in this motor. You can't hear anything. That down the main street as well. So yeah, she's only done 1,000 odd miles on this on the last oil change, but I did notice very quickly on cold startups a real nanosecond of tick. So definitely worth putting the extra money into good quality oil. I mean, you got to remember this engine, it's a QR, which means it's probably around the HQ, so this engine's close to 50, well the motor and the block are close to 50 years old. Or at best, this is a 40-year-old engine, block and motor, so they do need all the help they can get. You've got to look after these old girls. I don't drive it too hard, I mean I drive it. As probably usually found out going through the death zone. I definitely drive the old girl, and I keep it motoring, but at the same time I do treat it with a lot of respect. And but it does have to work. It does have to do what I want it to do, and occasionally what I want it to do, it has to do it, and it does. I said it's no major big powerhouse. I've never done a burnout in it. I have no need to do, but I don't do burnouts. I don't do drag racing. I just drive it. I just fucking drive it. So the other morning I was coming down here and I just drove through and there was like cops sitting on the left hand. They were just pulling out their high-vis vests down here at the cattle yards. This is the perfect ambush spot for people for getting people. Anyway, they pulled up there on the left and they were putting their highest vis as I drove past, and then when I came back a little while later, had both sides of the road completely blocked off. There was 4 cop cars. They had their cones out, and they were stopping every single car that went through there. So I think that was Friday morning. Hey Merv. So yeah, the cops out here, they are definitely doing their job these days, and I'm actually glad to see it. And I come back down later in the Arvo, I didn't see any cars on the side of the road, so I'm guessing everyone got through clean. Because normally if they grab someone, the car stay there for at least a full day when they've been caught for drink driving. So I'd say they didn't get any drink drivers, which is actually also a good thing. Right, so the engine temp's looking good. I'm just going to go up here, do a bit of a U-bolt, head back home and drop the oil in the filter. There's our honey shop open today, so right there we have our honey shop, so all honey and bee supplies. Great little shop here in town. All going to wonder what's going to happen to a lot of our shops here in town with the rate rise, and like I said the other day, it's not even it's not 25%, it's actually 30%. And then all our utilities, water, sewage and rubbish collection are all going to go up by another 18%. So that's a massive rise in one hit. We did have a town meeting the other night that did end up being quite hostile. We were all calling for the sacking of the mayor and the CEO and everything like that. So the mayor is only on 160 grand, but the CEO, we found out, is on $400,000 a year to put us in the shit like this. And the thing is, they've known for the last 7 years how bad things are, but they did nothing about it for 7 years. And then all of a sudden they give us one big whack. So, and also I know it is Australia-wide. It's not just here in Biggin, it's exactly Australia-wide. On the video I put out a couple of weeks ago, over 52,000 views. I think I'm up to 53,000 views now. It's the highest viewing video I've ever done. The stories that everyone was telling and the heartache everyone else is going through, it's not just a Biggin problem, it's an Australia-wide problem. So, and this truck's just going to pull right out in front of me, but that's okay. You know, he could have just waited 2 seconds, nothing behind me, he could have just let me go, but no, he had to pull out in front of me. This is the mentality of fucking Queenslanders up here. You know, now we're down to like 10 mile an hour. He could have just waited 3 seconds, let me cruise past with no one behind me. But no, they just have to pull out in front because they're rude motherfuckers. I'll be taking my funny off, sure. It is a beautiful day up here in paradise. I don't know who that is, but so Harry's got his roller doors up. Hey Harry, he's in there working today. He's got a few bikes in. Actually, it's not very often there isn't a few bikes in there. He's always a very busy boy. Alright, so I'm up to full operating temp. This is perfect. I'll definitely be ripping the flanny off. It is warm in here. And back in the drive. Fucking crows, they can piss off. Parker in the sun, so I get a little bit more warmth. Right, I'm just going to righto, well, it's back in the drive, so I'm going to get the jacket. Righto, well, it's back in the drive. I'm going to get the car up in the air and get everything dropped. Get out of there, motherfucker. Wheel stands for safety. grab the ollie. Let's get it jacked up. You can stay in there until I get it jacked up and I'll pull you out. Rightio. Rightio, well, car's in the air. I'm going to put you on the tripod and I'm going to get underneath and do what I have to do, so right. Catch you in a couple of secs. Rightio, well, down to a tank top. It's warm, it's beautiful up here. Let's get under the car and get this done. So, I've already put her on full left lock. She's on full left lock so I can get to my front plug. Because my power steering lines, there's not a lot of room there. Is it full? Yeah, I think it's full left lock, right here. No, it must be full right lock. I thought it was full left lock. That's better. Now full right lock. Right. This is the plug. Yeah, so this is only a bit over 1,000 miles old, this oil. But I want to go back to the full high zinc concentrate. Still nice and clean under here, that's for sure. There we go. And dropping the oil. Now, while that's coming out, I need to take off these bash plates. That's my next job, get the bash plates off. So there's a couple of bolts up there and a couple of bolts here at the front have to come out. So, and they're 1/2 inch. So I'll start them with the sockets and then I'll use my zippy gun. That was actually pretty black. Oh God, bloody tight. Right, and always thankful to Al Bunny for these attachments from the drill. It actually turned me into a zippy gun, which makes super fast work getting the bolts out. Thank you, Al Bundy. I believe he's scriber number 86. One of the very few that knows their own scriber numbers on my channel. He was in the first 100. He's the first 100 scriber. That does make light work of things, right? Bash plates out. I'm going to do something about that. Let's get up here and get this oil filter out. With my Butte oil filter removing pliers that I bought down in Victoria. These make life a lot easier. I absolutely destroy the oil filters though. I hope I've got the right oil filters. I think it's a 30. Oh, God, messy. Bit messy. There we go. It doesn't say. Geez, I hope I've got the right oil filter. All right, I'm going to let that drain in there. I've got the screen here I use that came off the bus. screwing out of the toilet. So I just put the oil filter in there and let it drain. Now I'm going to quickly check to make sure I have got the right oil filter. Hopefully this thread's on. Yep, that's the right oil filter. All right, I'll let that drain before I put the new oil filter on. Rightio, wells, that's the dirty oil out, and I'll oil filter off. I'll cut that oil filter open a bit later using the new watertight tool. Have a look for any engine material in the filter. I'm going to have a cup of tea, let the strain come back, put it all back together, put the brand new oil in, fire it up, go for another run. So, all right, catch you a bit later. Rightio, well, had a cup of tea, plenty of time's passed, so let's get into it, get this job done and finished. All right. Right, first of all, I'm going to get some plug back in. I'm just going to move these containers of oil out of the way. That's messy. Right, let's get all them out of the way. A bit of oil on the ground. Not too fussed about that. It's a driveway. Driveways are meant to be worked on. When I built this driveway, that was the plan. And I'm doing it. Oh, that rag. Rightio, let's get this back together. I'm on the road. Back on its all four paws. And we'll go and do a test run. Right. Sump plug back in. I love these spanners. I bought these when I was 18 years old. King Chrome, black King Chrome, with made in Japan written on them. So I've had these spanners for 40 odd years. I built so many cars and fixed so many things with these spanners. A couple have been lost over time. 8mm, definitely lost that one. Lost me 7/16, lost me 9/16, and I think I lost a 17 or 18mm. Right, not over tight. Right, done. Rightio. Over to here, we'll get the new oil filter on. So, what we'll do, that's pretty much drained. So what I'm doing here is I'm just putting some oil, some older oil on the O-ring, like so. Actually, I want to spray that with brake clean first. And I'll just move the camera. Get over the car. Do a bit of brake clean up there. Bit of a wipe. I hope you can see what's going on. Thread on the new oil filter. There we go. So Z30 is the right one for a 253. I think it's pretty much for all holders actually. I think they all run pretty sure they all run a Z30. And I'd say, it sounds like Joe's just pulling in the driveway. Poor old fat boy's ended up back in hospital, so she comes out every day and feeds the dogs, looks after them for him. She's a good one. Joe's a good person. All right, that's as tight as it needs to be. Hey Joe. Good. Just doing an oil and filter change on the boat.
Good on your boat.
Yeah.
Have you had a phone call from people who have been recommended by Colleen?
No. Why?
They probably will go through Jenny as well, because Jen knows them.
Yeah.
I think they're both Filipino, I don't know. But the woman she works for Colleen. She's her personal housekeeper and stuff.
Yep.
And the husband is a blue care worker.
Yep.
Right? And they're looking for a place to live.
Oh, okay.
So they're both working, so it sounds like they could be the ones for you.
Okay, yep. Any pets?
I don't know. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing. I'm just going to go see the dogs, and Colleen rang me this morning and asked me to drop in.
Yep.
It's something she wanted to speak to you about. She
Who?
wanted to speak to me over the phone.
Who?
Colleen.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, so I've got to go there before I go to the luncheon.
Oh, you got a luncheon on today?
Oh, yeah, for the volunteers for the show.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so anyway, Colleen said
Does Colleen have my number?
possibly.
Possibly.
I'll make sure that anyway when I go there.
Yep.
And but apparently they're really nice people. I don't think they've got kids or anything. They're only young. But you know, being a blue care worker, you know, stuff.
Well, the main one for me is, as you know, with the pets.
Yes. Well,
No dogs.
yeah.
I don't know, probably, well, even cats. We don't want any more cats here.
No, but even so, you could put up with a house cat.
Well, not me. That's to put up with the house cats. It's Rogie and Arnie.
Yeah. Well.
Right.
I might have to buy them a house.
Yep.
You know, an outdoor house. Anyway, I've got to go.
All right.
I don't want to leave them for too long.
All right, well, I'll recheck my phone, but no, as far as I know, I haven't had any calls. Hey?
Kids good last night?
Yeah, they were barking a little bit this morning, but I was too lazy to get out of bed to find out why. Nah, they barked a bit last night, but nothing serious. Rightio, Worlds, that's that done. Now all I've got to do is drop it down on all 4 paws, get some oil into it, start up and run it, and we're good to go. So I'll set you up on the tripod. Rightio, Worlds, I'll get it down on all 4 paws. Straighten my wheels. Dump some oil into it, good to go. All right, so I have some tenants to interview. Yep. Stands out. And after this, I'll cut that oil filter over open using the new water tie tool. Rightio. Stefan L. Pull my dipstick. Oil. And I'll be logging the miles in my little book, wherever I put that. Oh, it's in the car. So it'll take nearly the whole 5 litres. Yeah. Can you tell Colleen
Yes.
they better contact me quick because I'll be ringing Kimmy on tomorrow.
Okay.
They need to get on to me real fast.
I'll do that.
Yep, real quick.
I'm going there right now.
All right. Well, I've just about finished this. I'll go for a test run and I'll be home. So within about, I should be contactable within the next hour.
Okay, I'll let her know.
All right. Thank you.
Tonight anyway.
Hey.
Or this afternoon.
The sooner they contact me, the better.
Yeah, I'm coming back though for a cup of tea later.
All right. No worries.
Feed them.
All right. All right. So just over 4 litres gone in. Oh, these? Yeah, it's 5 litre. Put about 4.5 litres in. That should do it. I'll do a final check when she's starting run. All right, quick check now on the dipstick. This thing really does need another auto, but anyway. Well, that's well below the line, but I'll start and run it. Normally they're just on around the 5 litre mark, 4.5 litre mark. So, right, so there'll be a bit of ticking when I first start, which is normal. Put the microphone up here. So there will be a bit of ticking at the start up, and then once the oil goes through everything, it'll be good to go. Rightio, that's done. 77,101 miles on the clock. Oil and filter change done. I'll be looking for any oil leaks underneath as well for the first couple of runs. And checking the oil, but I think I'll be actually dump the whole 5 litres in there, I reckon. So, rightio, Wells, I've got to go and, rightio, Wells, let's go and cut this oil filter open with the new watertight tool. Alright, well, this is the first time using the watertight tool. I've never used one of these before, so unwinding. Get a better look there, hopefully. So we want to get the cutting wheel over. This is a messy job doing these. Rightio, maybe blowtorch. I was trying to repair some jewellery the other day, it didn't work so well. Right, now we tighten that up. Yep, right, tighten that up and then we just go round and round. Tighten that up again. They come with extra cutting wheels. Right, tighten that up and the vise. I think we're just about through. It's not cutting all the way through around there. Not working as well as come on. Right there, it's not cutting there for some reason. It's almost cut through, but it just can't get that last bit there. Maybe I'll move the oil filter around, maybe because I've bent the oil filter. Let's try it like that. There we go, that's it. Beautiful, look at that. What a perfect way to cut an oil filter down. Right, let's get this out. If I can without fuck! I was about to say about cutting my fucking fingers and I just sliced it. Cut me like a fucking razor. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll get a screwdriver under that. I've even got one here. Oh, that bastard just slit me straight open. There we go. Right, we'll take her out into the sun. Have a look in the pleats. Find any metal filings in there. No, it's not bleeding. I'm bleeding. I can't really see any real metal filings in there anywhere. What they call, I do cars, forbidden glitter. I don't see any of that in here. I think we're good. All right, I'm going to go for a quick test run, come back, check the oil, and that's the boat oil change done. What I might do later is I might cut the ends off. That's what you can do, you can cut these off here and then lay them out flat and get a better look inside the pleats, but I'm of the opinion that that's good to go. So I didn't see any real metal filings in there at all, so I think the boat's running good. That little tappity noise, or that nanosecond of tick-tick hasn't been a problem. So, hello Scruffy. There's a little Scruffy next door. She's a bit of a cutie, and they're not too bad dogs, so yeah, poor old fat boy next door's gone back in hospital. And Joe comes over every day, twice a day, and feeds the dogs and baths them and looks after them, so. Anyway, well, that's it for the boat today. Oil and filter change done. No metal filings on the filter, so I think we're looking pretty good. So, righto, well, stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and we'll catch you later. Bye.